All right, Haim, so we'll go right into this episode here, and we want to talk to you about HFT. So, you know, we hear about all these things and we read about all these things, but truly a lot of our readers, a lot of our subscribers, they still don't quite understand what it is and how they are able to use some of the things that we've been talking about to their advantage. So one of the things obviously is speed. You know, does it matter? Or why does it not? And basically, can you give us some clarification on how HFT is able to do what it does?
Well, I mean, I think speed has been a bit of a red herring, and I think one of the examples was my experience at Trading Machines, where I started getting slippage, and I was, basically trading against HFT strategies for my option hedging.
Okay.
And I kind of panicked, and I, ended up kicking off quite a number of projects to upgrade to the latest APIs, to the fastest price feed. We ended up getting 6 different colos all connected up together. Okay. Co-location means, my computers are right there with the exchanges. Okay. So we did this major technology investment. And
how much was that? I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
It's millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars for technology.
Okay, so what was perplexing to me is that as I rolled out new feeds and became faster, the slippage became worse. And it made no sense to me. And in hindsight, it's completely obvious to me what was happening, okay? So what was happening is I was getting faster and faster and faster at doing the wrong trade.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So speed only matters if you know what trade to do, or what order to send, and there are many different types of orders, so you need to know what order type to send.
So you're talking about order types. So even though you have the speed, you still need the order types.
Right, and we also have to talk about the conditions.
Okay.
Market conditions? The conditions in the microstructure, we call microstructures the orders in the book.
Okay.
That moment in time. Look, speed doesn't matter if I'm sending an order and I have no competition.
True.
I have to be competing with someone else. They have to know exactly, down to the microsecond, that this is a condition in which we both want to send orders.
Right.
Okay, so that's the thing I think everyone forgets about speed, is that don't talk about being fast. First figure out what conditions would matter to be fast in. I mean, one thing's obvious. If the Emini Futures, tick, right, you might need to be fast in canceling your SPY order. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Like, you don't actually need that many special order types or anything for that particular trade.
Right.
But what I think people have not wrapped their mind around is, why does speed matter when you're trading a single stock that might not actually move in lockstep with the minis? Okay.
Right.
So I mean, I can explain to you what matters.
Sure. Here you go.
I'll tell you what actually matters is what we call being the top of queue, or the top of the order.
Top of the order book.
Okay. Now we could hold a whole separate discussion on why being the top order book matters. That does warrant a whole discussion. But let's just say that being the top of the order book is very important to HFT strategies, and speed is used to get to the top of the order book. Now we have to talk about, and I'm going to give an example here. Here I have a bid, and let's say it's for $30, and 1,000 shares on the book. That's not mine, it's the market. Okay. Here's an offer, and let's say it's also for 30 shares times 1,000, right?
Okay.
Now, what's common for certain participants to do, which is actually a very bad idea to do it, is to post a passive order and to be the back of the queue here. All right, so let's say I want to sell. I might want to sell. Sorry, this is 3001 supposed to be.
Right.
I'm going to sell 3001, and let's say I'm going to sell 1,000 shares.
Okay.
Right?
And you put this at the back of the.
Yeah. Would I have to be fast to do that? No.
No. You can, because I can put that.
I think a lot of people think that getting to the top of the queue.
Right.
Because they think, hey, there's quantity already there.
Right.
So of course, I guess the only way to get up to the top of the queue would be to post and to kind of drift up as trades happen, right?
Okay.
And that actually was a strategy that people would do. They would call it stacking the order book.
Okay.
They put orders in at different price points, and they're hoping they kind of lift up as other people cancel. You don't have to be fast for that strategy. You can do it with, manually.
Okay.
So in this particular example, how would an HFT get to the top of the queue?
You tell me, man.
Well, the truth is he can't right now.
Okay.
He has to wait for a certain condition to happen,
Okay.
and he has to be very fast when that condition happens,
All right.
because he's going to have competition from other HFTs. Okay, and what is it? Well, I call it a two-tick wide market. At some point in time, let's say the market's going down, this bid is going to fade to $29.99.
Right.
Okay? For a very, very brief moment of time. And this has to do with the mechanics of how markets work. People don't understand, for prices to move, the bid has to move first.
Okay.
And then the offer comes and improves. If the
Right.
offer came in and improved before the bid moved, it would probably pay a taker fee and trade against the bid, right?
Got you.
So this gap of 2 pennies really matters. And guess what? That is when the HFT orders, the truth is HFT orders actually come in a little bit before that last bit of quantity disappears.
So they're the first ones to post at 30 for 1,000 shares.
Exactly. They want to come in. Now this is the thing to understand here, is this is part of the equation.
Okay.
Because when that market, in terms of how HFTs are aggressive, when that market's 2 pennies wide,
Right.
they have a choice. They could replenish the bid.
Right.
It just disappeared. You can get to the top of the queue
Right.
by replenishing it.
Okay. Or.
And
step that offer down.
but that's the question.
Right.
There is a moment in time where you could either set the best offer
Right.
at 30 or replenish the bid at 30 and set the best bid.
Right.
And part of the game of HFT is figuring out which one of those is the smarter thing to do.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay. Very
so
good.
coming in here now, before I fully understood all this,
Right.
I had, in terms of my hedging, a viewpoint that I just wanted to get hedged, I just want to get done, I don't want to pay the full spread.
Right.
So I like the idea of improving prices
Right.
and colliding with people, right? But you can see a situation here that if I'm picking the wrong side,
Right.
right?
Right.
I was basically doing poor man's HFT and didn't know that.
Right.
I wasn't solving the problem of what's the right side
Okay.
to come in.
Okay.
Now that wasn't my mistake, but it was, in hindsight, I was thinking to myself, wow, I was colliding with these guys like water.
Yeah.
Because I would jump in and improve.
Right.
And
And they would smack you. And they would smack you.
And if
Okay.
I didn't come in and improve, if let's say I'm with them,
Right.
they were actually always ahead of me.
No kidding.
Okay.
Because they were faster, or because they
Well,
were...
now we get to it, because they were using the right order type. Certain order types are like to jump ahead of the order types I was using.
All right.
It's completely unfair.
All right.
That's something that I've been quite active about. And there's an interesting kind of property here, which on many of the exchanges, the regular limit order that you and I would send to the exchange tends to get kicked to the back of the queue in these situations.
Right. Right.
Okay. Now, not all exchanges, and guess what? The exchanges where they don't do that, it's hard to do HFT.
Right.
Bingo.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right, guys. So to summarize, by the way, Haim, that was very interesting. And for you guys out there who are reading all your material about HFT and about speed from, Business Insider, CNN, CNBC, that doesn't really encompass what is really going on right here. And it really is about these order types, all right, and the advantages that you get, especially the HFT guys, by using these special order types. And we're going to get to that soon. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you soon.